Hey Virgo, what's going on? We're here with your timeless reading. Welcome. The first card that we have out is the Tower. The second card is the Star. This looks like a recovery here. That's happening. Tower could have brought something to light for you. Star is about... Yeah, I get the vibe of recovery from this more than anything. So Tower can be a moment where it feels like something cracks or something breaks or something comes to light where it can't really be ignored, or something can come up within you that you're like, okay, I was sort of pushing that down before, now I can't really ignore it. It can be something like that. It can range, like it can be an emotional thing, it can be an event that happens, but you can feel in a way like it disrupts your routine is what this is feeling like. So maybe what's normal for you, this kind of throws that off for you a bit. I'm getting something where you can feel a bit disturbed by whatever this is. But the Star feels like this is sort of meant to be happening, like this is part of the path. And it may help you, if anything had been moving in a direction that was, this feels like putting you back where you're supposed to be. Like in the event that wasn't happening, or you could have been straying or something like that. This can be also something from the past that happened. We're going to get into detail. I'm just throwing everything out there for right now. I'm feeling really drawn to this person's sweater. It's like a long sleeve sweater, kind of looks like a turtleneck a little bit. It's green, like a deep green color. Unexplored future. I'm seeing you be able to see up until a certain point, and then after that, it's like, who knows what's going to happen beyond that point in time. So you can feel like you can only see so far. What's hidden is a change that's going to be happening, a shift. Okay. Just bear with me. I'm pulling everything out here. Okay. I'm seeing a situation where you could have felt hurt by something, or that you're just feeling like impacted. And that could be worrying you now, because I'm looking at the Three of Cups, and that's feeling sort of like the central focus. I'm also seeing Three of Wands. So what this looks like is that there can be something that's happening that you're going to be going to. So this can be like a birthday party that you're going to be going to, or it can be an event that you're going to be going to. Whatever it is, it looks like in the future there is going to be a gathering of some sort that, like, you're focusing on this for some reason. So I'm imagining that you're invited to whatever this is. Like, it would be something that concerns you. I'm not seeing it be going on now. This feels like something that's up and coming, like something that's going to be happening. So it can be like an event that's going to be happening, a party that's going to be happening, a gathering that's going to be happening, or like somebody wants to hang out with you, that's going to be happening. It's something that will feel like a social situation that will be happening. Not right now, but it will be happening. Three of Swords is feeling like maybe you went to something like this before and something had happened, or maybe you're just like dealing with something else right now, but it's impacting you and it's making you worry about this thing up ahead. Three of Swords can feel like a bit of an unexpected wound to have the Tower above it. Tower can be like oh, I didn't expect this to be happening, and now I feel impacted by it in a way that I wasn't expecting to. You could have like unexpectedly gotten hurt. This can be in lots of different ways. Like it can be you physically get an injury. Some of you, to have Mars here, it can be you were like playing sports or something. It doesn't have to be like that though. This can be like I trusted this person, and then I felt like something happened that made me not really be trusting them. Like it can be something like that. But no matter what it is, having Three of Swords here is a wound to address and something that you may very well be feeling impacted by. And it can be something that's sitting heavily upon you mentally. I'm seeing it have like a mental effect on you. So regardless of what type of wound this is, it would have been not what you were thinking was going to happen. You could have felt like you were blindsided a bit by this. Like this thing happened and now I'm here having to pick up the pieces, like that type of thing. Having this star can be like our ideas about the future and where we're going and what we're supposed to be doing and like what is my purpose and what am I currently involved in. This may have somehow impacted that, like your livelihood even. And Nine of Swords is feeling like, well, what's going to be happening now? Because you could even be looking at something and being like, it feels like you're carrying this thing with you, like this damage with you in some way. And you can be looking at something up ahead where it's like, that's supposed to be a place to connect, but maybe you were connecting before and you got hurt, and now you're looking at this thing and you're like, I kind of don't want to bring my broken heart there, you know? Like, maybe it's a place where you, whatever this event is, you're going to have to be vulnerable or you'll be seen, and maybe you don't want this to be seen. That's kind of what this is feeling like. I get the vibe of you, of this Three of Swords being like, this is something that I feel like is a big thing that I'm dealing with. And even though you look at Three of Cups and it's supposed to be, feeling like I'm gonna sneeze. You look at the Three of Cups and it's supposed to be like a fun thing. Like, let's all go there and let's all hang out and let's have fun. It's that type of thing. That it's supposed to be like a no pressure thing, like just a nice thing, a polite thing even I'm getting from this, where it's like, let's all just connect and like have a good time because we have stuff in common, like that type of thing. But because of Three of Swords and Nine of Swords, it feels like because of this like baggage that you're carrying with you, instead of looking at that and being like, wow, that's something that like I want to be able to connect, I feel like something that you're carrying with you is making you feel like worried actually. So you look at something that if I could take away this past baggage and you were just looking at this thing, you'd be like, wow, I'm so excited to go. But because of whatever this is, I'm seeing you be like, I'm actually not feeling excited to go. I'm feeling worried, or I'm feeling concerned, or I can't stop thinking about it, but in like a negative type of way. I feel like you're in a little bit of fight or flight here with whatever this is that happened. I don't know how recently this tower happened for you, but whatever it was, it could have felt like you got injured and you weren't expecting to get injured. Nonetheless, you sort of have to deal with this now, and it's here for you to just be figuring out. Having Star above Nine of Swords is about how you're going to heal things mentally for yourself in order to be able to connect in the future in the way that you want to. I feel too like whatever this was, it impacted you in a way where you can feel like you don't trust yourself sometimes. Like you can feel pretty insecure at times because of this. Because I'm seeing Moon, which is sort of like in a space within you that is somewhat inaccessible or sort of in a blind spot, is the part of you that knows what to do when you show up. That's like, you don't have to second guess yourself, you just do things, you're feeling it, like you just show up and do the thing. But I'm getting there being this disconnect with this part of yourself. So there is this part of you that knows how to show up and participate, and it's not this big thing. It's just you being there and you know what to do, and you don't have to like think about it. It's just a very natural, like, oh, they're waving to me, I'm gonna wave back, or like they asked me a question, now I'm gonna answer. It's just like this free flow. Like I can feel within me what moves to be making at any point in time, especially in this situation. But you can feel like what happened sort of disconnected you from that part of yourself, which makes sense too, because we're starting with Mars here with the Tower, and Mars is the thing within you that allows you to take initiative or know what to do in a given situation. Like, how do you take action when you need to take action? So yeah, you can feel like this, it kind of disconnected. Another way that you'll know that this is something that you're experiencing is that you may feel comfortable when other people tell you what to do. Like you may look for other people to be like, you need to do this now, you need to do that now, and that may make you feel comfortable because then you don't have to figure it out for yourself. Like you take that power. I don't really want that, because I don't really trust myself with that. That can be part of this too. Like I think everybody else knows better than I do. Like I really second guess myself here. But I'm not saying that be your natural state. It's just where you are currently based off of what happened, and it's something that is like not integrated still. Some of you, this doesn't have to be a recent thing. This can be something that happened a while back that really shook you, but you feel like you still carry it with you, and you'll know what that is. So whether it happened yesterday or happened 5 years ago, it's something that you'll know, like, that's still there and I still have to deal with it and I still feel impacted by it, and it makes me sort of fear certain social situations or connecting with others. It makes me go in with a sense of anxiety rather than being like, yeah, this is fun, I get to connect with people. It's like, oh, intimacy, like shaking in your boots type of thing that this can feel like, or like a lot of anxiety going into it, or a lot of like, I'm worried that I'm gonna get hurt more or damaged more, or people are gonna see that part about me that I maybe feel ashamed of. It can be like those types of things. But just know that if this is something you're going through, your guides are saying that like this feeling of is when you feel like hesitant to go into certain situations because you're like worrying profusely about things. It's not your natural state. This is something that happened based off of like a wounding that occurred. And it could have been like the type of wounding that happens in a way that flips your world upside down. It makes you feel just like not safe. It can be that something that felt really intense where you were like, I never really worried about these things until that event happened. And now I feel like I almost can't relax. Like you can feel sort of like hyper vigilant, maybe something along the lines of that. So you can look at certain things and it's like, if I step back into my sort of like rational mind here and I look at the invitation to go connect, it's something that I'm like, anybody would be happy to be going to this. It sounds like something fun, but for me, it's not, because I'm worried about this stuff. And there's a part of myself that has a hard time like holding my own. You may also be drawn towards people that are confident, but in a way where you could feel like it's something that you lack. You may be making up with somebody. There is going to be a shift, but you haven't gotten to that point yet. I'm seeing it hiding behind the moon. So what this means is that in a little bit up ahead, there's going to be a shift that ends up happening, but it may not be something that you see now, but it's like a trend that's going to take place. This feels too like you're going to connect with someone or hear from them, but it will be very surprising when that happens. I'm seeing Pisces, Aquarius, Mars, and Jupiter here. Pluto on the bottom of the deck. So I'm seeing that up ahead in the distance, you are going to be attending something. I don't know if it's like just you and another person, or this is like a whole event that you're going to, or a gathering of some sort. But I'm seeing that is going to be happening. And I feel like someone may come out of the woodworks or something like that. It can be like if someone pops out that you're not expecting to see. It's like until you go to that thing, this person is sort of hidden from you. But you can feel too like this person is going to end up bringing out a part of yourself that you can feel disconnected from. It feels like one of those situations where, let's say you're invited somewhere and you're like, I feel so nervous about going because of like my baggage, whatever your baggage is. So there's a part of me that like out of fear, I feel a resistance to going, even though there's another part of me that's like, I want to go. I just like also am dealing with this other stuff. What I'm seeing is that when you go to this thing and you connect, it feels like there's somebody that's going to be there that for some reason I'm seeing them be hidden from you. So it's like they're gonna, like when you go, like you guys they're gonna be there too, but it can be one of those things where it's like you were told everyone who's gonna be there except for one person that's gonna like randomly be showing up. It's like something like that. It feels very synchronistic the way that I'm seeing this happen. It's someone that you're gonna feel like you can talk to. And for some of you, this can be somebody that you used to know or somebody that you used to connect with. Like I'm not seeing this indicate whether this is a new person or an old person. So I don't know what this is, but you'll feel in a way like this is going to allow you to connect with a part of yourself that you may actually be feeling disconnected from. And there's going to be some type of change, and I'm seeing that you're going to be talking to someone here. So that can mean like going from not sharing certain things or not expressing certain things to then having a conversation. Or you hadn't heard from someone and then they're going to be reaching out to you like that. Whatever it is, I'm seeing there be like a surprise conversation that ends up happening, something that you weren't expecting. And you could feel too like you kept finding yourself in these situations where it was just like pain and pain and more pain. I'm seeing there's going to be a shift that happens. So you can feel like this is going to be the beginning of a chapter that's actually going to feel like, instead of finding yourself in these situations that's just like, oh, another thing that I have to like add to my baggage, you're going to feel like you get to sort of start to unpack that. Because yeah, I'm seeing that here. So maybe that's also why you're hesitant, or why you would be having these feelings about going somewhere when you're like, every time I go somewhere and I meet people or connect with them, something bad ends up happening. Like you could feel like that type of thing. But what I'm seeing is that your luck is going to be changing, but you also have to go into it with the right mindset too. That's going to be important, because if you allow fear to hold you back, you're just going to shut down further and further and further, and you need to be open in order to connect. Because I'm seeing actually people, a person or people that you will connect with, but you have to be transparent in order to do that. Like you have to be being yourself in order to do that. Otherwise you're going to be like feeling disconnected. So if you were invited somewhere, or there's an event or whatever, and there's a part of you that wants to go, you're being encouraged to go to this, and I'm seeing you're going to be connecting with someone, and it's going to be significant, and you're going to feel like you have a change of luck in a social type of way. And also too, it's normal for you to be feeling the like anxiety or fear or whatever else it is. I feel too like some of this is about taking matters into your own hands as well. Like finding that part within you that when you want to do certain things, you're just going to do those things. Like rather than waiting for somebody else to do it, or like expecting somebody else. Yeah, I'm seeing a hidden message that, well, when I say hidden, it feels like this isn't something that you're aware of yet, but you're going to be receiving a message, is what I'm seeing. But based off of stuff that's happened in the past, you could like fear some things that have to do with the future. But I'm getting like you have a hand in this, and also you're going to feel like your luck changes, is what I'm seeing. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.